ask Phil to bring just the plan for that building, because it may cover that. Okay. If we don't, we can do that Sunday, because I don't want to do it now, because we'll have to scenify that anyway.
Phil's coming on Sunday, is he?
Yeah, because we've got to finish the flats. This is now all stuck down.
That's now done, is it? Yeah.
That's all now done.
You've seen this, Dave? It's all finished now, this station building.
I'll have a look.
All from this side.
Right, let's... John, fetch the brown building down, will you, please?
The roll.
Yeah, just lift it from the bottom, you know, careful, yeah? We'll build a wall, Joe.
Can you do laser cutting here?
Yeah.
Can you cut a mask? That kind of shape, and I'll just airbrush out a thin plan.
Yeah.
And I could just airbrush all the parking spaces.
Well, give me a minute, let's just do this. Show me what you want. And Dave's here, and Pete's here, we can get it done, and then we can do it now. I've been, you know, because Phil...
He's got too much.
He's got too much on. See me gate, Dave? I'm very proud of that gate.
That's lovely, that.
2.0 gauge windows.
Where is it, the gate to hell?
Yeah.
Oh, very small.
Right there.
Where are you going with
Watch
that?
your back, Dave.
It's easier from this side.
No, it's not. No.
Hello, John.
There we go, the final fitment.
Yes.
Your coat, what's your coat, Pete? And then wires. Hold his coat back, John.
No. There you go. There you go.
Good, yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
incredible.
There you go.
Can you just lift those tins out, please? Oh, thank you.
So that goes there, then.
What was in that hole there?
Where? Which hole?
There.
Which hole?
There's a bit of white plastic showing.
That's the fence, Dave.
Is it?
Yeah.
Walkway.
Well, this here,
Yeah.
that's a fence.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. So what that is a white white fence to keep you off here.
Right.
There's a banner to go on the front here that says you can buy the apartments, and there's a sticker on the side that says sales room. But that there is just where they build it. They've kept it that off, you know.
Is there a door on the front this corner?
No. That you get in here.
Oh, okay.
That's how you get in. The steps there.
Alright, isn't it? Yeah, my God.
Bit of glue.
You to detail your roadway next. What street lamps?
Oh, Robin,
I've got
no
them here.
time for that.
They're coming by in about 5 minutes.
I'll put some
What about all the people?
that little layout about. Give me a box.
I thought we were getting some Model U characters of all of us, mate.
I haven't got time. The guy, he's going to do it, but when, he don't know. He's doing big army figures now, isn't he?
He's doing a lot for the Cura scale, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he at the NEC?
Yeah, he'll be there, won't he?
He could scan us all there.
He was last
He
year.
hasn't got a scanner.
60 quid a pop.
No, he's offered it all for free.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's just that he hasn't got the scanner there.
He had it at...
No, he didn't.
He had it at Milton Keynes.
No, he
Was it
didn't.
Milton Keynes.
No, it wasn't.
He's
It's bullshit.
studied it.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't work. It's a good sales pitch, but he can't do it there. You've got to. He does it there, but he can't.
You mean he photographs you there?
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
he doesn't print them there. He can't print them there. He said that. You had to order them. You had to order them, didn't you?
He could scan us all there and then send us out the print in the post.
Right, so that's that.
Happy with that then, Pete?
I'm happy with that. I've got one wall to make that now we're going to make. That's going to be.
Is that loose, that one?
Yeah.
Right, let's undo them because we'll keep them. If we can have it. I'm at it tight.
We want a wall 200 long, Joe.
How high?
I don't know if a platform goes on this, Dave, does it?
200 by.
I've no idea. This comes off, doesn't it? This
25.
Does this space come off for carrying?
Yeah, of course it does.
Yeah. It overlaps,
200 by 25.
Okay.
I might have a piece.
Under the board, John. He said, don't give it a day, John.
On a wing and a prayer.
I've lost a nut.
I'm good at finding things like that. You dropped on the floor.
No, it was here. I took
Dave.
it off there.
It wasn't a marble, was it?
No, put them on there. It's a 6
He's
inch.
already lost his marbles.
It's a 6-inch nail with a thread on.
Is a nail with a thread a screw?
Have you found it, Joe? Good on you. Yeah, is it what?
Is a nail with a thread a screw?
No, it's a nail.
Okay.
It's a steel percussion dowel, Joe.
Steel percussion dowel.
That's what, yeah. Somebody asks you.
SPD.
Somebody asks you what you're fixing some timber with, say steel percussion dowels. And
Okay.
they're dead impressed.
Will they?
And then when they ask you what's them, you say nails.
Let's have a look at this steel percussion dowel.
Look at that, eh?
Oh, it's amazing that, Dave.
6-inch nails, especially mate. You've still got the point on, so you can still knock it in.
Can you get them in metric as well?
You can have any size you want.
50 mil.
You can have a metric thread, imperial thread, or no thread.
Hang on, mate. Let me just. As I said, this was.
I'm going to put these in the box, the bolt box. Otherwise, they go.
When you take these to Birmingham, I suggest you have a few spare nuts.
I've got hundreds of them, Joe.
Okay.
You must have
I might lose one.
Right.
Right, so they're in.
I've got a bit of tape. Take them two together.
Well, what was I doing? Fence.
Masking tape.
Yellow tape.
Yeah, Joe. Take them two together, mate.
3.5 hours it took me.
I'm smashing that.
It took me 2 minutes to make them all.
Yeah, 3.5 hours to film.
You could make that up, Joe, couldn't you?
Pete,
Upstairs.
okay.
This is my magic mixture.
Pete, do something interesting. The camera's rolling. Oh, it's amazing.
What's on top
Is that
of
the
your-
alchemy that goes into this layout?
Alchemy,
Why
mate.
you put it on top of your head?
Very nice, Dave.
Let the grass grow greener.
Have you got the
Alchemy means when you turn it into gold, isn't it?
I think you turn gold into green.
We've got some good even stick up
I'll tell
there.
you what, you're a rude lot of fuckers.
Shut the swearing, Pete.
Yeah.
Done for that.
No banter.
Are you making up here now? Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so see you Sunday.
See you Sunday, boys.
Ready to move my car?
Get paintbrush.
Oh, Dave, your embankment's been placed in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want you to cover that front for me, John. And then don't forget, once you've put that on, you've got to put the mix back on.
Yeah, okay.
So you can get it quite thick.
Not bad, is it?
That's great.
I've discovered.
You know what somebody will say, don't you?
What, mate?
There's no banking like that there, it's not a bank.
It is, exactly,
Is
yes,
it?
it is.
Alright, that's alright then.
Yes, it is, mate.
Have you had a train running along that track yet?
How can I do that? It's not wired.
Is there a facing board? Because I'm here.
Right, so if you
That's done.
then sprinkle it, then go back.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the last bush, then come back and just add this, because
It'll move.
this thickens it up, you see.
Yeah.
So what I've discovered, that static grass is good, but static grass in formal is... See you later, Dave. You've got to be careful, because if you want this effect, like this effect here, which is like normal ground with bushes,
Right.
static grass is slightly too big.
Okay.
Because if you think about a blade of grass that's like in this sort of area, it's very short.
Right.
So I find that it's like, do this and add the extra grass when you need it. But there's 4 colours in this, so I put in, plus some scenic stuff in. Glue it, put it down, then thicken it up to give me blotches. As you can see, John will do. And then I'm going to make some slightly dead trees. No, looks fine.
How many layers of this are you expecting to do, John?
Well, I'll get to the end. I mean, it's not going to go off very much, obviously, in the few minutes it's going to take, but it'll just start to take the greenery a bit more. So once we've done one end, I'll go back and probably give it 2 coatings. We don't want it too uniform, obviously, but I think if there's any obvious patches, we'll go back. But as you can see here, there's a slight gap there, but it adds a bit of shading as well. It looks pretty good. So you don't want it, as I say, to be too uniform.
Very smart.
Yeah.
It's coming on this MT5, isn't it?
The beauty about it is, for anyone who's certainly doing the larger scale layouts, if you were to go and buy stuff off the shelf for this, it would obviously cost a lot of money. And people talk about the expense at the moment in model railways, but I mean, we've got some green sawdust and some liquid PVA glue.
Right.
And it just shows that anybody, regardless of budget, can get in there, get stuck in, do a little bit of scenery. And
how do you turn the sawdust green?
How do you turn the sawdust green? So once it's done, Pete's got some old green emulsion, just normal B&Q stuff.
Right.
Tip it in with the sawdust in sort of small amounts and just
work it.
Just work it through. Yeah, you don't want it too thick. Work it through, and then let it dry out. We put it in an old coffee blender as well if we want it a little bit finer. And that's all it is. We've got loads of it, like Pete says. There's 4 different colours that we use. Blend it all together. Bit of water in your PVA, and that's all it is.
There you go.
But yeah, you can get a hell of a lot of real estate done with it. So yeah, it just goes to show you don't always need the most expensive stuff to get the best effects.
And it's scrap material in a lot.
Yeah,
sawdust,
that's it. I mean, you can imagine the amount of sawdust we've got from building all 5 of these. Is we're not going to run out of it anyway, put it that way. So yeah, just shows it's great on the pocket, and you see you do well to buy a product that give a coverage as good as that. So yeah,
go for it.
So that is just the plaster bandage that was underneath, painted with some brown, a bit of glue. Yeah, you can use a brush, but it's not modelling if it's not got a little bit of mess with it. Gets in all the nook and crannies, and then just sprinkle over the top.
And that literally is the magic dust.
That's it, yeah. And then obviously not all of that's going to stick, so I'll go back over it with another layer and then give it a dust off. But if you can keep back what you've put in, you keep it going for a good while without needing to make any more.
Brilliant.
There we go.
Sorting out all the dropper wires.
I've just found
Just
Peter.
doing that. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Peter.
We are having to do this underneath to start with, because they're still doing the scenic side on the top. But we have done part of the others. Only 2 more to do.
So you've done most of the block detectors, have you, or you're just getting started?
Yes, I've done them down there.
Oh, okay.
And I've done. There's another board around the corner where
Right.
we've done them.
Yes, I saw that
Yeah.
started. I dropped 3 packs off last week.
Yes, I know. Chris gave them to me. That's fine. It's just a question of wiring them up now.
Lines in the 3D printed, so it takes a lot of prep work, sanding it.
Ooh, what's this? Tell us.
It's London North Western 730 set. It's like a 3D printed kit by a company called CMAC Models. So sanded it, painted it, and just decaling it up while trying to.
Is this the overground for MT5?
No, this is a London Midland
London.
to Euston.
Do you know the 350s that run from Liverpool?
Yeah.
The
There'll be
replacements.
replacements of those.
Okay.
So it's,
They're already in service.
they've only got like 1 or 2 of these. The 5-car sets. They've got the purple ones, which are like a sister company. So
Right.
London North Western, West Midlands Rail, but they're the same franchise. But they sort of do shuttles around Birmingham.
So will these be running next week?
They'll be done for next week, yeah.
So we'll have them at the NEC.
For the NEC, there's the 7377s will be.
Andy, have you just put the Cantrail line on?
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that where it goes? Not at the top?
No, I'm just about to manoeuvre it.
Okay, sorry.
And would these go on the fast line or the slow line or both?
Both. Well, I've only got one set, so
It'll be on the slow line.
I don't think I might have any one of those.
So you've got a 5-car set?
Yeah.
I'm looking at 5, okay.
So,
Very nice. Bit of different colour.
well, I've got
where's the set square, Joe? Please.
got a few different things you're not seeing before.
Any ones here?
There it is. I've got it, Joe.
Got a rail vacuum cleaner that was 3D printed.
Right.
Got a pair of HSTs but in Colas livery and ex-East Midlands, so one's purple, one's orange, with my favourite Network Rail test trains.
Where's the big... Have you got the yard roller, anybody?
I think that was downstairs, Pete. Because you're poking it under the
Yeah.
under the road.
It's all right, Joe. This will do. I've worked out what this is. Like, I've never worked this out, but I've worked it out. So necessity is the mother of invention.
So this is like watching paint dry.
Watching decals dry.
Yeah. It's time consuming. But it's just a case of lining it up, and then I use cotton buds to get the moisture out. So when doing the camp rails, I just sort of drag it along next to it, otherwise you end up disturbing it. But normally I'd just sort of roll it over the top,
Right.
to really press it down, but they're so delicate, these. They're done by Railtech, and there's no carrier film, so there's no like film either side to help hold it down. This is literally 0.3 mil wide, I think. So but that's, once they're on, you can't see the edges, they just look like a painted.
Very smart. Let's have a look at the front.
So
Oh yeah.
that's with all like the weld lines, well, the joint lines. They use like a rubber gasket, but that's what it will look like once I've done the other side.
Did you paint that or decal it up?
That it's all painted, the colours.
Right.
That was done. We got Phil's got like a plotter with a knife blade, so we cut that out of masking sheet,
Right.
and then I could paint inside the mask. That's why it's got like crisp lines. But you could do like any patterns, like on the 377, the Southern set. It's got like quite a distinctive curve,
Right.
and trying to get that hand painted with a mask
Right.
was a nightmare, but I've just used that masking tape cut on the plotter, and it's like uniform on every coach. So not bad.
Stuck the fist. There must be. Oh, there it is behind you.
All right.
Just make sure we don't try not to get on the track.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll get it off the track anyway.
Yeah.
Just hide that black
All right.
on the inside.
Okay, mate. So, as an addition, Dave, we were just talking about then, the way we make this is rubberised horsehair,
Right.
spray it black, and then we cover it with a scatter. But there's the odd bit where, although it gives it the depth, there's the odd bit, like you can see here, once we've placed it, it might look a little bit too black. So, just keep it.
That's spray paint.
Spray glue, yeah.
Right.
And And then just give it a sprinkle on the top, just to blend it all in. We don't want to take all the blackness away because that's what gives it the depth and the shadow. As you can see there, that's just finished it off.
Very good.
So once I've finished doing the second run of the thicker stuff underneath, I'll go do the tops of the bushes then. But you can see there's quite a contrast between what's been done and what hasn't been done.
Videoable moment.
Yeah, how not to do it.
This is how to make the bus bars. There we go.
Once it moves, don't stop walking.
Yeah. Got some copper thieves on the railway.
There we are. There's one. That's the next one.
Well, you certainly can't argue that our DCC bus is inadequate, can you? It's pretty thick cable. Good for a couple of 100 amps.
Well, 10.
That's 40 amp cable, isn't it?
It's 2.5 mil, isn't it?
Right, I don't know.
Well, you're supposed to be the electrician.
That's no, electrician and electronics are not the same.
I know, I am aware. I have been lectured about this before. No, I can't get it started.
The difference is I can sit in an office and make stuff up. Electricians work to rules.
She's going.
The electricians know nothing about electronics.
But they know about all the rules though, don't they? The legislation.
Yeah.
Well, we all want to get it started. Let's.
What's up?
It's all right. We're just trying to strip the cables out.
People up. Yeah, a bit done. Ready?
I don't know how I did it. They do vary in consistency, these things. Right. Splendid.
Dave.
What's happening, Pete?
Well, I've got 2 little jobs to do to Making Tracks 4+, and then literally that's us. We can't do no more.
Right.
Till Sunday, when we'll finish off that block of flats. I mean, we will be building flats in the hotel at the NEC. There is no question about that.
Room service then, yeah?
Yeah, it's the problem you've got obviously with forget the hotel, but with the NEC, I'm going to have to spray stuff, and that it's like you've got a sort of pain trying to find somewhere to spray, but there's no way around it. No way around it, because you've seen the buildings in your video. They are so complicated. They look fantastic when they're finished, but when you see how much work is just in this.
What is this building?
So this is part of that.
Okay.
So that block of flats, which we're classing as block B, is 2 blocks,
Right.
and they are joined together. This is a taller one. And what we haven't made yet, there's 2 stories below those. So these are actually joined together.
Okay.
So you get the sort of impression of how it, because what you've got is you've got a wall like that, which has got recessed backs. Then what you've got in these modern buildings in London, you've got balconies like this.
Right.
So the windows for those are set back.
Right.
Like that. Can you see it?
Yes.
That sort of goes, doesn't go there, but
It's
sort
not a
of does.
flat wall. It's actually
It's recessed.
3-dimensional.
Yes,
isn't
it is. And like
But it's properly modelled.
that's Phil, isn't it?
He didn't do anything but house.
No, Phil, everything Phil does is right, but it's when you come to building it like this, I mean, that's just that bit of work from us, 5 of us, was all day Sunday. That was Sunday's work, you know. And you can see this all clicks in here. Look, see that?
Yep.
Sort of.
So everything locates.
Yeah. And that's the great thing about Phil's buildings. You know, if it doesn't work, you got it in the wrong place. So that, for instance, is not that one because the tabs are the wrong way around. So there's another one of them somewhere where it fits, and that's where Phil's really clever. So you can't put the wrong one in the wrong place. You know what I mean? I mean, I have to say, they're a pleasure to build. But when you've built them, I think they look tremendous.
Right.
And I know for me personally now, I've just noticed all over London this design of flats, which I didn't ever appreciate. And I'm telling somebody this story yesterday, and they said, well, it's this. You know, it is the thing in London, bless you, thanks.
Black coffee for you, Peter.
About,
Coffee,
you know,
wine,
that you've got, because you're up 14 stories, 10 stories, 6 stories, whatever, you have got open air.
Right.
You've got fresh air, you can open the door. So there's all these balcony spaces, like this will be, which will give that person, they can open the door and they've got like if you like, a garden. It's not a garden, but I mean, it could be, you know what I mean? And then some of them, and again, I can't show you on this one, but, and not particularly on this block, but on the other block, you've got a balcony, then you've got a bedroom next to it. So you've got a small window and a big window,
right,
all the way up. So they're very, you know, if you look at London now, they're very distinct, these blocks.
right.
And it's just so that you've got the right of light, because to own the right of light in London is very, very important.
White coffee, please, mate.
It stops people encroaching on your, you know, light.
Yes.
Is that what those are, Pete?
Yeah.
The big window and the small window.
Yeah, so the window, you know, they have a bedroom, and the bedroom's at the side. So it's the actual flat itself is like an L shape. I mean, you have to understand it. These are not massive flats. I mean, we're talking about, you know,
affordable.
Yeah, we're talking
semi-affordable.
Well, £400,000. That's where you are now.
It's affordable for London, isn't it?
Well,
Right, coffee, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
you know, when you can get £3,500 a month rent. Got no milk, Paul?
No,
We're out then.
I'm black coffee. Mr. Cameraman, did you get me making tea? You know, making sure that you know I'm doing something. You know.
Absolutely, I'll get that one.
I think that what's interesting is taking a model for me to realise what I live next to in London. I think that's incredible. I go to London twice a week, and I have never really noticed all the modern developments around me. And I'm at London Bridge, don't forget. So that's all in the last 60 years been redeveloped. And then suddenly through these flats I've looked and I've realised that all of the flats look like that. All the stuff that's been built in the last 4 or 5 years have all got these balconies and these gates. And there is a fabulous picture on one of the flats I saw on Google Maps, I think it was, or Google Earth, I think, where one of the floors got 2 bikes sticking out the window.
Right.
They've obviously put that, you know, they've got mountain bikes, and they've put them in the space. And when you go on street maps, you can see the 2 front wheels sticking above the balcony, which I thought was quite already. I felt like modelling that.
They got them up to this all right then, presumably.
Yeah, I presume so. I mean, Joe, I don't know, but I mean, you know, it's like, it just fascinates me. You know, because if you know, I guess for those that don't live in London, they look at this and they think, well, why? And it's like, as I say, for me, I'm suddenly exposed to it, and I've seen it for the last 5, 6, 7 years, and I haven't noticed it. So I'm pretty sure other people have passed it and haven't noticed it. I'll show you, because it's funny.
Oh, yes.
Oh, lovely, yeah. Bikes hanging out.
Isn't that funny?
Not in danger of falling down, is it?
Yeah, but that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's it's like,
That looks like one of these.
yes, it is. No, it's on the other block of flats. Yes, it's one of them. Yeah, yeah. But what's interesting it's that because that's actually a veranda. But I just think that's funny, you know.
Certainly space saving.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know, it's all the same, isn't it?
Well, I lived in London for a year. I switched between little flats, bedsitters and so on. And I lived in Swiss Cottage for a while. The building was next door to the theatre there, if you know the theatre. Then I had to leave to go away and come back. When I came back, the flat was occupied, so I had to go somewhere else, and there's another area, I just forget the area. And it was a bedsit, shared bathroom, separate bedroom. And I went to see it, and they showed me the bedsit and shared bathroom, and said, "Where's the bedroom?" So they took me down to down the stairs,
Special door
round the corner, opened the door under the stairs, and there was the bed inside, under the stairs. I said, "Oh, forget it."
It's
Harry Potter style.
Harry Potter, that's exactly right.
I know Steve and Alan from Warrington, you know what I mean?
It's still going to take civics.
I think, yeah, but they've lost them. Harry wanted them to buy the building, didn't he? You know, they used to be north of the railway junction, but there was too
No, I'm
much
saying that.
needed doing. So,
And the great thing with these flats, Dave, is
Never actually been in it.
they're all different colours.
Right,
So that one's two-tone grey,
right,
and obviously in the real thing there's lots of black bricks,
right.
which I haven't got time to do. The other part of that building is red.
Okay.
So as a model, it's really colourful, which is what modern architecture is about. It's not as uniform as architecture was 100 years ago, or even 70 years ago. I mean, you don't have London bricks anymore. So in London, everything's a sort of a yellowy colour because that's London brick. You can't have London brick anymore because it doesn't meet the thermic efficiency of the builders. So these
Porous, isn't it?
yeah, so they're now all these bricks are basically, you know, very strong. They're very thick and they're almost cement-like.
It's melted all the way along, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, now I want to try and pull the brown bit out of here. We're having a bit of trouble doing this because when they've made it, they've managed to weld the outer plastic to the inner plastic, so it doesn't separate very well. In fact, it doesn't want to separate at all.